Back to Google class. Hello dear student, how are you? Okay, today I am going to take class transfer of property only. Section 92 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 deals with subrogation. The subrogation is of two kinds. Number one, legal subrogation and conventional subrogation. Okay. The first para of section 92 deals with legal subrogation, and third para of the section 92 deals with conventional subrogation. Okay, section 92 explain about subrogation. The first para of the section 92 explain any of the person referred to in section 91 other than the mortgagor and any co-mortgagor shall, on redeeming property subject to the mortgage, have, so far as regards redemption, foreclosure or sale of such property, the same rights as the mortgagee whose mortgage he redeems may have against the mortgagor or any other mortgagee. This is first para of the section 92. The second para of the section 92 is the right conferred by this section is called the right of subrogation, and a person acquiring the same is said to be subrogated to the rights of the mortgagee whose mortgage he redeems. Okay, so the first two para deals with legal subrogation. Okay, and third para deals with conventional subrogation. The third para of the section 92 is a person who has advanced to a mortgagor money with which the mortgage has been redeemed shall be subrogated to the rights of the mortgagee whose mortgage has been redeemed, if the mortgagor has by a registered instrument agreed that such person shall be so subrogated. Okay, nothing in this section shall be deemed to confer a right of subrogation on any person the mortgage in respect of which the right is claimed has been redeemed in full. Okay, the above sentence explained section 92 of the TPA. Now it's clear, that is Act 92 Act. Here, essential request for valid subrogation. What are the valid claims for subrogation under section 92? Number one, the person claiming the right of subrogation must be number one, a person other than the mortgagee of the interest sought to be redeemed, who has any interest in or upon the property mortgaged or in upon the right to redeem the same. Number two, a surety for the payment of the mortgaged debt or any part thereof. Number three, a creditor of the mortgagor who has, in a suit for administration of his estate, obtained a degree for sale of the mortgaged property. The fourth one, a co-mortgagor, and he must redeem the mortgage in full. Okay, this is the essential request for valid subrogation. And this kinds of subrogation, no? The subrogation is two kinds we already discussed. Number one is legal subrogation. Number two is conventional subrogation. I will discuss in this video legal subrogation. Okay, The next video will discuss about conventional subrogation. Here, what is the legal subrogation? Section 92 para 1. Okay. The legal subrogation arises by the operation of law. The paragraph 1, section 92 explain about the legal subrogations. Here it says that any of the persons referred to in section 91, okay, on redeeming property, such redeeming property subject to the mortgage have, so far as regards redemption, foreclosure or sale of such property, the same rights as the mortgagee whose mortgage he redeems may have against the mortgagor or any other mortgagee. Okay, under this paragraph, the following persons are including as having a right of subrogations. Who are all? Number 1, a surety person. Number 2, a co-mortgagor. Number 3, a puisne mortgagee, P-U-I-S-N-E, puisne mortgagee. Okay. Fourth one, a purchaser of the equity of redemption. The 4 persons. The first person, surety. Who is a surety? You know very well who is a surety, security persons. Okay. If you know of the person taking loan, okay, the loan giver ask him to give security purpose any other persons, okay, or any other property. So if a surety pays debt and redeems the mortgaged property, he becomes entitled to be subrogated to the rights of the creditor. The surety steps into the shoes of the creditor or mortgagee. The surety is subrogated in the place of mortgagee. Okay. Okay. I will give you example for the surety. Then it is easy to understand. Here, A is a person. A took loan 1 lakh rupees from the B. Okay. As per the mortgage law, who is loan giver? Mortgagee. Okay. Who is loan taker? Mortgagor. Here A is a mortgagor, B is a mortgagee. Okay. A took loan 1 lakh from B on January 1st, 2008. 1/1/2008. By mortgaging his house with a condition that he would release his house within 1 year. Okay, within 1 year, that is on or before 31/12/2008, December 31st 2008. Okay. C stood as surety. C is here surety person. Okay. C stood as surety. As per the agreement, A could not pay the amount to B. Okay. Here B is a mortgagee. Here B demanded A. B is a mortgagee, demanded A is a mortgagor. Okay. B demanded A and C to pay the loan. Here C is surety person. So C paid the loan amount and released the mortgage from B. Mortgage from B. Here B is a mortgage. Okay. Now A has to pay the entire loan amount to C. Here A is mortgagor. Mortgagor pay to surety person. Okay, got it? Therefore, C's position has been changed from that of surety to mortgagee. Okay, surety to mortgage. So mortgage place la is changing. C steps into the shoes of B. The rights and the liabilities of B have been transferred to C. All the rights and liability transferred to C. Here C is a surety person. Okay. So this is called subrogation. It happened by the operation of law. Operation of law. So hence it is the legal subrogation. Now it clear this portion? Good. Okay. Second one, co-mortgager. Okay. Who is co-mortgager? Where there are joint owners of property mortgaged their property. Each of the joint owners of that property is called the co-mortgager. If a co-mortgager pays the loan amount and redeems the mortgaged property, consequently he becomes entitled to be subrogated to the rights of the creditor. It is called subrogation. As it occurs by the operation of law is the legal subrogation. I'll give you example for this co-mortgager. A and B have a joint property. A is a person, B is a person. Okay, both have a joint property. A and B have a joint property. Okay, the both persons having joint property. They mortgaged, A and B mortgaged the joint property to X. Here X is a mortgage. Okay, for rupees 10,000. Okay, 10,000 rupees for getting loan. A pays off the debt to C, debt to X, and redeems the joint property. Okay, A pays off the debt to X. Here X is a mortgagee and redeems the joint property. Here A stands in the mortgagee's shoes to the extent of the amount paid in excess than his share. Okay, have you got it, this example? Good. And third kind of subrogation, puisne mortgage. Puisne, puisne mortgagee. Puisne mortgagee. Here puisne, puisne mortgagee who redeems a prior mortgage has a right to be subrogated to the position of the prior mortgagee. Here puisne, that means inferior in rank, inferior. Okay, rank wise, as per the contribution, marshalling, no, arrangements of the mortgage, you know. So in this puisne meaning is inferior in rank, not superior, inferior rank. Example I will give you. A mortgages, A is a person, mortgages X to B. A mortgages X to B for rupees 1 lakh. Here is the first mortgage, and then A mortgages X. X is a property, A is a person. Okay, so A mortgages X property to C for rupees 80,000. Here second mortgage. Okay, second mortgage, because A got loan from the second mortgage. And third one, A mortgages X property to D for rupees 70,000. Here third mortgage. Okay, when A mortgages X a second time. Right? Got it? A mortgages X a second time. He mortgages part of the equity of redemption, that is, C is the assigned of part of the equity of the redemption of A against B, and has therefore the right to redeem B. For the same reason, A can redeem C and B. Okay? Now, when D redeems B, that is, pay to B rupees 1 lakh, then D is subrogated to the right of B. The effect of this, D steps into the shoes of B and acquires all his right. Okay, for example, D gets the right of priority of B, which means that if C were to enforce his mortgage, C must be pay D rupees 1 lakh. A subsequent mortgagee, when he sues or files for redemption of a prior mortgage, acts on his own behalf and not an agent of the mortgagor. In fact, it is the interest of such a subsequent mortgagee to wipe off the prior encumbrances and take away the right of prior mortgage. This happens due to the operation of law, hence it is called legal subrogation. Okay, the last kinds of subrogation: purchaser of the equity of redemption. Okay, purchaser of the equity of redemption. Here, A mortgages his property first to B and then to C. D purchases the equity of redemption and pays off B. D is subrogated to the rights of B, and in action by C to enforce his mortgage, D can use the prior mortgage in favor of B as a shield. The purchaser must not be a mortgagee. Okay, that's all. This is the legal subrogation. Okay, the conventional subrogation we'll see the next video class. Okay, bye student, we'll meet you again next class. Bye.